Welcome to the Women Leaders Association Daily Member Podcast, where we believe we go further, faster, and have more fun when we go together. I'm your host, Julianne Kirkland. And in each Daily Member Podcast, we will pick out a great speaker from one of our meetings that we thought you would enjoy. You can access hundreds of recent speakers, book summaries, great articles, and more at no additional charge through your membership portal. If you would like to get involved in a Women Leaders Association mastermind group or find a networking group near you, or if you just need access to the membership portal, simply go to womenleaderspodcast.com to be connected. Now let's tune in for this incredible message.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for staying till the last topic of the web conference today. My name is Amanda Wang. I'm a member of the Translational Science Oncology at Bayer. I'm based in the Bayer Research and Innovation Center at Kendall Square of Cambridge. The new Bayer Research and Innovation Center aims to bring the cutting-edge innovation to life through internal and external collaboration and partnership. So my current role is the Vice President and Group Head of Translational Science Leaders. I'm privileged to work with the team of excellent scientists to drive the integrated translational science strategies delivered to all oncology projects here at Bayer. Before the current role, I led the Immuno-Oncology Precision Medicine Group, overseeing the biomarker and the CDX strategy across various stages of IO development. Besides, I'm a Bayer Science Fellow. Before joining Bayer in 2019, I worked at Novartis for over 9 years. I focused on biomarker development in autoimmune diseases, oncology, and additional disease areas. I received a PhD degree in biochemistry and molecular biology from University of Virginia. I also received a master's degree in biostatistics from Boston University. So today, my topic is helping teams to accept and invest in change. Change management is an important leadership topic. My presentation, I don't think my presentation will have any novel idea how to handle change. It's more like a reflection of my own experience, combined with my learnings from various channels, such as leadership trainings, readings, etc. Yeah, I will start with saying that leaders are human beings. Likely, you are impacted by the change by yourself. So I would say that before helping your team, I would suggest that get yourself ready for the change. I would start saying that that's dealing with the emotions of yourself. We always want to stay positive, but yet from time to time, you may notice there are rising emotions in your heart. In that case, I think to me, in my experience, it helps me a lot if I identify what is the primary emotion and then handle it. Am I worried by the change? Then which part makes me worry? Am I angry by the change? Then what triggered this angry emotion in my heart? From there, I would say that own your emotion instead of owned by your emotion. In this case, we focus on what we can control. And again, stay positive. Be patient through the transition period. Understand the change will take time. Fuel yourself. So I think that change sometimes may associate with stress. In that case, it's extremely important to fuel yourself through the change. In my own experience, I feel it's very important that during the change, I set a clear boundary between work and life. In other words, the work-life balance is even more important for me during the change. Using all the ways that typically help to fuel yourself could be sleep, sufficient good sleep, exercise, love, family, friends, fun. All these things, I think those will be the important things to fuel yourself through the change. Don't wait until your body to send you a complaint signal. I remember there was one episode where I really worked hard, tried to expedite through the change. And then obviously my body was not happy, muscle pain, etc., because I was reducing the exercise, and that was wrong. So now the lesson I learned is that during the change, it's even more important to fuel yourself. And related to that is time management, because we always only have 24 hours a day. We wouldn't get extra hours. So then during the change, what I do is that I block time during my workday for change management. And more importantly, do not give away the blocked time. I think we may have some experience. You put a block on your calendar and then it will just get taken away. Someone reach out to you, they want to have a meeting. There's the last minute request to go to the meeting. Those things could easily take away the block time. But in this case, you may want to be a little bit persistent to seriously secure the time to manage the change. And this may require you constantly prioritize, deprioritize the task, and delegate, which is always the great tool for leaders. In my experience, I would allow for transition time. That means I wouldn't expect myself or my team to be 100% productive right away. Recognize that it takes time for us to fully adapt to the change and become even more productive after the transition period. At a certain stage, we may need to ask for help. And I think here is about a leader to be vulnerable, to admit when you need help, when you feel that you cannot handle all the change, to support your team or support yourself through the change all by yourself. So that's where, as we often do, we seek help from someone we trust. And here, in my own experience, I feel very fortunate because I have over the years, I have a network who I feel very comfortable, who I trust. And these are the people who I can go to ask for advice, guidance, directions, and ask them, how would you deal with this situation? And these are basically your own personal board of directors. How to build your network. In my own experience, this could be the senior people in the workspace, could be in my previous company or people in the current company, could be the people who haven't moved to a different role, but then yet we still maintain a good relationship. And these people, they help me. And likewise, I hope that I could also help them in one way or another. It could also be the workspace colleagues who later become my friends. And for these people, I really feel trust and I feel that they are not only my friends, but all the people to support me when needed. And it's certainly the relationship, it comes from gardening. I like the analogy people use. The relationship building is like a gardening. It takes time, it takes effort, takes patience. Another energy I also like is saving. This is like saving bank. So you put this, by doing little things, adds up to your saving bank, and you build the trust with people, build a relationship with people, and these people could become your network. So I think, again, I personally would strongly recommend, if you have not assembled or formed your personal board of directors, I think this will be very helpful if you consider to proactively take the initiative to build up such a network, and it will definitely pay off along the way in your career journey. Communication is critical during the change. Here, I'm mainly referring to the communication to the team. I would say communicate often is important, combining various formats. It could be through the regular one-to-one, which may already be in place. It could be combining with the group coffee chat. It's really hopefully to build a casual, relaxed environment for people to discuss the change, the questions, feelings people would feel comfortable to share with the team. I also feel that face-to-face meetings plays the important role through the change. In my experience, I visited my team in person, because some of my team, they are not in the same city. So I felt that it was very worthwhile, even though I think we are all very used to the virtual meetings through the pandemic. But the face-to-face meeting, at least on an occasional basis, I think it plays the important roles, especially during the change. And at the end, combining all these various formats, enhance the communication, these small things adds up for people, at least for the team to realize as the leader, you are there, you are available. And through the communication, it is about delivering the message, why, what, and so what of the change. But more importantly, through such communication, it is about listening. And that's my personal feeling. Be a very good listener to understand how each team member feel they are impacted by the change, to discover their concerns. And even if there are some resistance, for example, you may hear some comments like, it's too complicated, let's not overthink it. You may hear people say, that's the way we have always done, so why bother with the change? There could be various kinds of resistance, and we should recognize change might affect people in different ways. So here, this is leadership with empathy, which is very important. At the end, be a good listener means this is focused on you and your interest. This is not about me as the leader. And very often, again, this is about being vulnerable as a leader. I may not have all the answers. And for this one, we may need to get help, but I'm listening. I'm listening to you, and I'm not defaulting to solving. To me, being available, be a good listener, be a good communicator, and being available through the change, that's important to the team. Thanks. In order to help team to adapt, accept, and invest in the change, it's important for the leader to provide the supporting framework. So here I listed several common elements, important tools of the supporting framework. Coaching, this has been discussed multiple times and earlier sessions today. As the leader, it's important to build a psychological safety at the team level so that during the coaching session, people will feel comfortable to ask questions, to express concerns, to express different opinions or offer new ideas. At the end, this is related to the last slide when I talked about communication. Coaching skill is the critical leadership skill. And I think through the change, a good coach, a good leader using the right coaching techniques will help the team. There are various formats of trainings which may help your team to adapt through the change. You may want to work with your HR business partner to identify the available training resources, either already available in your organization or could be acquired from the external. I personally have taken some of such trainings, and I do feel they provide tangible tools for people to adapt to the change. Alliance, I think here the alliance with key stakeholders, again, to tell people why, what, and so what of the change, and seek for alliance with the key stakeholders. This is very important, and is for the success of the change. Resource. In the earlier slide, I mentioned that we should secure the resource for yourself, for the leader himself, him or herself, to adapt to the change. And similarly, we should help the team to prioritize, deprioritize, to help the team to secure the resource so that they will allocate time during the work days for adapt to the change. And last but not least, recognition. Here again, I think it will be nice if a leader can combine various formats of recognition. It could be the award mechanism associated with performance review. It could be some smaller mandatory award. For example, at Bayer, we have an award system in US called Better Because of You. It is really, to me, and to many colleagues I have worked with, it's about the recognition. It's about being recognized for their courage, for their invest into the change, which really makes a difference to them. It could be visibility to the senior leaders for the contribution of the colleague who have worked through the change at the end. Keep the recognition in mind. Do it generously and in the proper way through the change. And the change is the journey. As we have all seen the change curve. I didn't quote it because I think we all, when we think about a change, we have that curve in our mind. But how we get there, I personally I probably oversimplified this, but I put this into 3 boxes. The first one is to test and explore. We may want to pick the right team. It doesn't have to be the entire team, but pick the right people as the first explorers to explore the change, to explore the new ways of working, to explore the new concept. And these people, they hopefully are the people who are more receptive to new ideas, to try new things. And then, as mentioned earlier, to allow the transition period, give the time for the transition instead of rush to see immediate deliverables. And the team should define the short-term roadmaps during the change. In my experience, it helps a lot to have a monthly short-term goal. It could be monthly goal or quarterly goal, but it may not make sense to already think about a 5-year goal because that's too much down the way. We will be more agile to be ready to adapt our goals along the journey. That's why the short-term roadmaps would work better here. And also, as I mentioned earlier, during this exploration stage, it's important to socialize the new concept or new organization or new ways of working with the key stakeholders. Help seek the alliance with the key stakeholders. And then with that, hopefully the team could demonstrate early success. And this is the point very critical to collect feedbacks from immediate stakeholders, but also from the expanded stakeholders to reflect on the lessons learned and make adaptations to the ways of working based on the feedbacks which you have collected. This will be the stage to expand the scope of change and improve. And this is also a critical stage to already induce the reward mechanism to show recognition to the people, especially to the first team or explorers to the new concept. And through this constant reflection, adaptation, and expansion, ultimately, hope people would accept and invest in the change. And that's when the organization would truly reap the benefits of change. And that's hope when you and your team could celebrate the success. Yeah, I would like to quote this is from Atul Gawanda. He's a writer, he's the surgeon, he's the very nice speaker. And he said, better is possible. It does not take genius. It takes diligence. It takes moral clarity. It takes ingenuity. And above all, it takes a willingness to try.
Hey, my friend, if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, be sure to rate, review, and share your biggest takeaway. And if you're wanting more, you can access hundreds of recent speakers, book summaries, great articles, and more at no additional charge through your membership portal. You can also get involved in a Women Leaders Association mastermind group or a networking group near you. Or if you just need to access your membership portal, simply go to womenleaderspodcast.com to be connected. Because here at Women Leaders Association, we believe we go further, faster, and have more fun when we go together. That's all for today, my friends. Bye for now.